There's a place I've wanted to go since I first heard about it. A place where time works differently and people are outnumbered. That place is Svalbard. It's currently 1 AM and I'm sat in the Arctic Circle. Nothing about that sentence makes any sense to me. I mean, first off, going to the Arctic is such a bucket list moment for me. But the main thing that's crazy about it is, how is it 1 AM? It's brighter than it is in the UK most winter afternoons, but it's the middle of the night. It's because I'm in Svalbard, which is so close to the North Pole, and because the Earth rotates on an axis, it points the pole towards the sun for almost 7 months a year. During the other 5 months, the sun actually never rises, and it's dark constantly. While I'm here, I have several things that I want to tick off my Arctic checklist. I want to go dog sledding. I want to try the local cuisine. I want to drive a snowmobile. I want to have an Arctic pint. I want to do a real polar plunge. And I want to see a polar bear, although I've been told it's pretty unlikely because of the time of year. But before I get into any of that, I'm assuming that because it's the northmost settlement in the world, they have a lot of the northmost things, like the most northern church in the world, the most northern cafe in the world, the world's most northern fuel station. They even have the world's most northern car dealership. The northmost disc golf course in the world? They even have the most northern museum in the world. Given that polar bears actually outnumber people here, it's actually illegal to go past this sign without a gun or a guide. After seeing all of that, it was time to start ticking things off the checklist. First we stopped for a pint, and then we headed for dinner. Okay, so one thing I love to do whenever I'm travelling is try local cuisine. And in the Arctic, that means some kind of weird things. So this is seal tataki. Now, I've never considered eating seal before, but I'm quite intrigued, and I think it actually might be really nice. It's incredibly tender. It's really strange. It completely melts in your mouth. I think I really like that. Yeah, seal's good. Okay, so the next course we've gone for is a very strange one. We've got reindeer burgers, and they look bloody good. So I'm gonna dig in, and I'll let you know how they are. This might be one of the most confusing things I've ever eaten. You know, whenever you put something in your mouth and you sort of go, oh, that tastes like that, or that tastes like that, or everything tastes like chicken. That tastes like nothing I've ever had before. I'm not annoyed at it. It's really good. But it's really confusing. We got back and saw it go from bright to slightly less bright before going to bed. Excited for the next day. Liv, do you know what day it is?
No.
We're going dog sledding!
Yay!
I don't know how long I've wanted to do this, but there's something about going on an Arctic expedition being pulled by a pack of dogs that's so exciting. It feels like something out of a National Geographic documentary. We got a quick safety briefing before getting suited up and ready to go. Here we go! Woo! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Woo! Go on the dogs!
This is so fun!
This is one of the best activities I've ever done in my life. Honestly, it was truly incredible. It's difficult at times, but that makes it even better. You really feel like you're on a proper expedition. We stopped for lunch in a tent out in the middle of nowhere. We had some ration-packed kebab stews, which were actually really decent, but then we got to see one of the most amazing things ever. We abseiled down into an ice cave that completely changes one year to the next. When the snow melts above, it floods the cave, and the passageways in the chambers completely morph, so they need mapped out at the start of each season. You have to crawl through tunnels and swing around corners, and it's absolutely incredible. The ice is so solid and the whole place shines like diamonds. It really was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Then we took the same 12k route back, and this time I got to be the passenger, which was so fun. After getting back and getting to meet and be mauled by the husky pups, it was time to head home. I can't thank or recommend Green Dog enough, but this was honestly one of the best days of my life, and such a great way to tick something else off my Arctic checklist.
Oh my god!
The next day was a complete whiteout. A storm came in that brought the temperature to -26, and winds that would knock you off your feet. So we decided to go to the cafe and chill with the huskies, and then we went to the museum, which unfortunately you weren't allowed to film in. When the storm finally cleared, we managed to see this guy just roaming about the streets, as well as the devastation that had been left behind. But thankfully the weather had cleared enough for us to do our next and final activity. This was another bucket list activity. Riding snowmobiles across frozen fjords and round mountains while seeing one of the most beautiful sunsets on Earth. I know the title of this video says the sun never sets, but it's actually really strange. We went to Svalbard during the 2-week period where it technically does set, but it doesn't actually get dark. You get to see one of the longest and brightest sunsets ever, but when it sets, you can still see it, and it's still bright. It's really strange to explain, but it's honestly beautiful. After sunset, we drove to a log cabin where our guide Andrew cooked us a 3-course meal over the fire. We started with salmon wraps, then reindeer stew followed by Norwegian caramel pancakes, all washed down with a warm cup of glogie before getting back on the scooters and heading back. It's currently 1 AM and I'm sat in the Arctic Circle. Nothing about that sentence makes sense to me. I've dreamt of seeing the Arctic my whole life, and I'll be forever grateful that I finally have. It's surreal. The beauty, the vastness, the magic. I didn't get to tick everything off my list, but that's okay. I know this won't be the last time that I'll get the chance. I want to come back and experience polar night, and there's so much more I have left to see here. But until then, I'll see you next week.